Welcome to your in-depth Virgo horoscope for April 16, 2025. Today brings a fascinating celestial configuration that particularly influences your analytical Virgo energy. With the Sun firmly in Aries and Mercury forming a trine with Saturn, your mental faculties are especially sharp today. Let's dive deeper into what the stars have aligned for you. The overall energy today carries a productive vibration for you, Virgo. As your ruling planet Mercury creates harmonious aspects with disciplined Saturn, you'll find yourself able to organize thoughts and express ideas with remarkable clarity. This is particularly helpful as the Sun in Aries activates your 8th house of transformation and shared resources. You may find yourself sorting through financial matters or discussing important investments with surprising efficiency. The position of Venus in Gemini in your 10th house of career suggests public recognition today. Someone in authority may acknowledge your meticulous work ethic or creative problem-solving abilities. This planetary position favors presentations, interviews, or any situation where you need to make an impression on others. Your natural attention to detail, combined with Venus's charm, makes you particularly persuasive. In terms of relationships, today's moon in Cáncer illuminates your 11th house of friendships and social connections. This brings a nurturing energy to your interactions with friends and colleagues. You might feel more emotionally attuned to group dynamics, making it an excellent day for team projects or social gatherings. For Virgos in relationships, this lunar energy encourages deeper emotional bonding over shared aspirations and future plans. For single Virgos, this day presents interesting possibilities through your extended social network. A friend of a friend might catch your interest, or an online connection could develop into something more meaningful. The Mercury-Saturn trine supports honest communication, so express your thoughts clearly rather than overthinking what to say. Career-wise, April 16th shows tremendous potential for organizational breakthroughs. With Jupiter currently transiting through your 9th house of higher learning, you may receive an opportunity to expand your professional knowledge or credentials. Consider workshops, courses, or certification programs that could enhance your skill set. The Mercury-Saturn trine particularly supports learning technical skills or mastering complex systems. Financially, Mars in your 2nd house of personal resources brings energy to money matters. While this can increase your earning potential, it might also accelerate spending if you're not careful. Today's aspects support creating a detailed budget or financial plan. The 8th house Sun activation suggests benefits could come through partnerships, shared investments, or even tax refunds. Health-wise, pay attention to nervous system health today. The intense mental activity stimulated by the Mercury-Saturn aspect could lead to overthinking or anxiety if not properly channeled. Incorporate grounding practices like walking barefoot outdoors or working with your hands in a garden, activities that particularly benefit Virgo's earth element. Digestive health, always a sensitive area for Virgos, responds well to mindful eating practices today. On a spiritual level, Pluto's slow transformation of your 5th house of creativity and self-expression continues to reshape how you share your authentic self with the world. Today's aspects support journaling or artistic expression as methods of processing deeper emotions that may arise. You might have unexpected insights about patterns from childhood that still influence your creative expression or approach to joy. Your communication style today carries extra weight and authority, Virgo. People are more likely to take your suggestions seriously, making it an excellent day to pitch ideas or make recommendations. However, be mindful of coming across as overly critical. Your standards are exceptionally high under this Mercury-Saturn influence, and not everyone shares your perfectionist tendencies. For Virgos feeling stuck in any area of life, today's Uranus in Taurus influence brings unexpected solutions through practical innovation. You excel at improving systems, and today you might discover a simple yet brilliant way to overcome an obstacle that's been frustrating you for months. Trust your intuitive flashes, they're backed by your natural analytical abilities. Regarding your home and family sector, Neptune in Aries brings a somewhat confusing energy. You might feel torn between family obligations and personal transformation goals. Finding quiet moments for reflection helps you navigate these competing priorities with greater clarity. Consider creating a dedicated meditation space at home where you can process emotions without distractions. Lucky colors for you today are navy blue and silver, which help enhance your communicative abilities and intuitive insights. Carrying hematite or clear quartz would support your mental clarity while providing grounding protection against overthinking. The number 4 carries special significance for you today. Notice where it appears as a potential sign confirming you're on the right path. As this day concludes, take a moment to acknowledge the progress you've made, Virgo. Your natural tendency is to focus on what still needs improvement, but today's Saturn influence rewards recognizing accomplishments and establishing healthy boundaries. Remember that your gift for improvement works best when balanced with appreciation for what's already working well in your life. Your Virgo horoscope for April 16, 2025, ultimately points to a day of productive mental energy, meaningful social connections, and opportunities for both personal and professional growth. By leaning into your natural analytical abilities while remaining open to emotional insights, you'll make the most of this promising astrological configuration. For Virgo, on April 16, 2025, the planetary positions create a fascinating celestial landscape that significantly impacts your day. The Sun in Aries illuminates your 8th house of shared resources and transformation, bringing subconscious patterns to light. This position encourages you to examine financial partnerships and emotional investments with renewed clarity. Mercury, your ruling planet, has moved into Taurus, occupying your 9th house of higher learning and philosophy. This grounded energy helps you communicate complex ideas with practical wisdom, making this an excellent day for academic pursuits or planning future travels. Venus currently resides in Gemini in your career sector, creating favorable conditions for professional relationships and enhancing your public image. You may find artistic or diplomatic skills particularly useful in workplace scenarios today. Mars in Pisces activates your 7th house of partnerships, which might create some tension in close relationships, but also provides energy for resolving lingering conflicts. This position requires careful navigation of others' emotions and boundaries. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, continues its journey through Cáncer in your 11th house of community and future goals. This placement supports networking efforts and brings opportunities through friends or group associations. You might receive unexpected support from your social circle today. Saturn in Aquarius forms a challenging aspect to your sun sign from your 6th house of daily routines and health. This configuration demands discipline in maintaining wellness practices and meeting work responsibilities. The productive tension can help you establish more effective systems if you embrace the necessary adjustments. Uranus in Taurus continues its long-term residence in your 9th house, bringing unexpected insights and possibly disrupting previously held beliefs. Today, its energy might manifest as a sudden opportunity for growth through education or a surprising perspective that changes your worldview. Neptune in Pisces occupies your 7th house, creating a dreamy, sometimes confusing energy around partnerships. Today, its influence heightens intuition about others' unspoken needs, but may cloud judgment about relationship boundaries. Pluto in Aquarius forms a transformative aspect to your daily work sector, suggesting deep evolutionary changes in how you approach your health routines and service to others. This slow-moving influence pushes you to eliminate outdated habits that no longer serve your highest good. The moon today moves through Scorpio in your 3rd house of communication and local environment, creating an emotionally intense atmosphere around everyday interactions. Your words carry more weight than usual, and you're likely to intuit subtext in conversations that others might miss. The lunar position forms a supportive trine to your natal Mercury, enhancing your analytical capabilities and investigative skills. This planetary configuration also creates a significant aspect between your 6th and 8th houses, highlighting connections between your daily health routines and deeper transformation processes. The specific alignment suggests that changes in diet, exercise, or work patterns initiated today could have profound long-term effects on your well-being and personal evolution. The North Node position emphasizes growth through embracing vulnerability and releasing control, particularly in matters related to joint resources and intimate relationships. Today's planetary weather also features a special aspect between Venus and Jupiter that brightens professional prospects and could bring unexpected recognition from authority figures. The Mercury-Saturn square challenges your communication, but ultimately strengthens your ability to convey complex information with discipline and structure. As Venus forms a sextile to Uranus, unexpected financial opportunities may emerge through innovative thinking or technological advancements. This aspect particularly favors Virgos working in creative fields or technical industries. Overall, today's planetary positions create a dynamic environment where practical matters intersect with deeper emotional and spiritual concerns. The celestial emphasis on your transformation and resource sectors suggests important developments in how you handle shared assets, intimate relationships, and personal evolution. For Virgos on April 16, 2025, the communication landscape appears particularly dynamic. Mercury, your ruling planet, forms a trine with Saturn in Pisces, creating a beautiful balance between practical expression and emotional depth. This planetary arrangement gives your words unprecedented weight and authority today. You'll find yourself naturally articulating complex ideas with remarkable clarity, making this an excellent day for important presentations, negotiations, or writing tasks that require precision. The Mercury-Saturn trine supports structured thinking while still allowing your natural analytical abilities to shine through. Your ability to organize information hierarchically will be especially strong today, making you the person everyone turns to for making sense of complicated situations. However, be mindful that Venus in Aries is creating a square aspect to your sign, which may add an impatient undertone to your communication style. You might feel an unusual urgency to get your points across, potentially rushing through important details that normally wouldn't escape your notice. This Venus influence also heightens your sensitivity to criticism today. Remember that not all feedback is personal. Some might simply be necessary refinement of ideas. With the moon in Capricorn forming a supportive sextile to your sign, your emotional intelligence is heightened, particularly in professional settings. You'll instinctively know when to speak up in meetings and when to thoughtfully listen. This lunar position enhances your natural diplomatic abilities, making it easier to navigate potentially contentious conversations without creating unnecessary friction. For Virgos who work in teaching, writing, or any communication-centered field, today offers a rare opportunity to make significant progress on projects that have been stalled. Your explanations will be exceptionally clear and persuasive. In personal relationships, today's energy supports clearing up misunderstandings that have lingered beneath the surface. The planetary alignment encourages honest yet tactful conversations, particularly with family members or close friends where communication may have been strained recently. One particular challenge to watch for: Jupiter in Gemini is creating some mental restlessness that could manifest as overthinking your communication. You might find yourself mentally rehearsing conversations repeatedly or second-guessing the perfect way to phrase something. While your attention to detail is one of your greatest strengths, today it could become slightly obsessive if not channeled properly. Writing things down before important conversations will help organize these thoughts productively. Digital communication receives a boost today as well. Your emails, text messages, and social media posts will carry a persuasive quality that helps you connect authentically with others. If you've been hesitant to reach out to someone important, the cosmic energy today provides ideal support for making that connection. For Virgos working on academic or analytical projects, your critical thinking abilities are at their peak. The Mercury-Saturn trine enhances your capacity to evaluate information objectively and communicate your findings with authority. Use this energy to tackle complex problems that require meticulous attention and clear articulation of solutions. Your voice carries a natural confidence today that others will respond to positively. When speaking in groups, you'll notice people paying particular attention to your insights. This isn't merely coincidence. It's the result of this powerful planetary alignment enhancing your natural communication gifts. In romantic contexts, communication flows more easily than usual. If you've been holding back expressing your feelings or needs, today offers a supportive environment for having those conversations. The Capricorn moon adds a grounding influence that helps you express emotions without feeling overwhelmed by them. For creative Virgos, today's energy supports articulating your vision to others. Whether you're pitching creative projects, sharing artistic ideas, or explaining your creative process, you'll find the right words come more easily than usual. Technical communication also receives a boost. Complex explanations that might normally require multiple attempts will flow naturally on the first try. This makes today excellent for troubleshooting, teaching technical skills, or explaining complicated processes to others. The evening brings a slight shift as the moon moves toward Aquarius, introducing a more innovative quality to your thought processes. You might find yourself considering unconventional approaches to communication challenges or thinking about how to use technology more effectively to convey your messages. Pay attention to any insights that arise during this transition period. They could contain valuable seeds for future communication breakthroughs. April 16, 2025 emerges as a particularly significant day for your financial landscape, Virgo, with Mercury forming a favorable trine to Saturn in your wealth sector. This alignment creates a perfect atmosphere for methodical financial planning and practical investment decisions. Your natural analytical abilities are heightened today, allowing you to spot patterns and opportunities in your financial data that others might miss. The moon's position in Taurus, your fellow Earth sign, reinforces your practical approach to money matters and amplifies your ability to make sound fiscal judgments. This grounding energy helps you resist impulsive purchases that might otherwise derail your carefully constructed budget. Venus forms an interesting aspect with Jupiter today, potentially bringing an unexpected financial opportunity through a professional connection or mentor figure. This could manifest as additional income through a side project, a promotion discussion, or valuable inside information about an investment opportunity. However, exercise your typical Virgo discernment, as Neptune's subtle influence might cloud some of the details. The second house receives beneficial aspects from both Jupiter and Pluto today, suggesting that investments made with an eye toward long-term growth could be particularly fruitful. This is an excellent day to review retirement accounts, diversify investment portfolios, or research potential passive income streams. Your ruling planet Mercury enhances your communication abilities around financial negotiations. Use this to your advantage if discussing rates, contracts, or salary matters. A surprising aspect between Uranus and your career house suggests an innovative approach to your work could yield financial dividends. Consider how your unique skills might be monetized in unconventional ways. The eighth house receives stimulation from Mars, indicating potential benefits through shared resources or financial collaborations. Joint ventures started today have strong potential for mutual profit, particularly those involving technology, data analysis, or educational content, all areas where your Virgo precision shines. For Virgos working in healthcare, finance, or technology sectors, today brings especially promising financial vibrations, with opportunities to demonstrate value that could lead to increased compensation. Exercise caution around 3 p.m. when the moon squares Mercury, potentially causing minor miscommunications around financial details or payment terms. Double-check all figures and confirm receipt of any important financial documents. Evening aspects favor reviewing household budgets and identifying areas where efficient reorganization could lead to substantial savings. The stars suggest that small, consistent actions taken today toward financial goals will compound significantly over time. This aligns perfectly with your methodical nature, Virgo, reinforcing that your patient approach to wealth building is cosmically supported. As April 16, 2025 unfolds for Virgo, particular areas of life shine with unusually favorable energy. With Mercury, your ruling planet, forming a harmonious trine with Jupiter in your ninth house, intellectual pursuits and knowledge expansion become extraordinarily fortunate territories. The cosmic alignment creates a perfect day for academic endeavors, publishing opportunities, and philosophical exploration. Your analytical mind is firing on all cylinders, making this an ideal time to take certification exams, submit research, or apply for educational programs. The universe is essentially providing you with a mental clarity that others will find themselves envying. Venus's position in your sixth house amplifies fortune in health-related decisions and workplace dynamics. Any adjustments to your wellness routines started today have an increased chance of becoming sustainable habits that serve you long-term. The morning hours between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. offer particularly potent energy for implementing these changes. Financial matters related to shared resources also receive favorable aspects as Pluto in your eighth house forms a supportive sextile with the Sun. This creates unexpected opportunities for loan approvals, tax benefits, or discovering overlooked financial resources. Don't be surprised if a forgotten investment suddenly yields returns, or if a conversation about shared finances takes a surprisingly positive turn. Communication becomes another fortunate area as the moon in Gemini activates your 10th house of public recognition and career. Your words carry additional weight today, making it an excellent time for presentations, important emails, or conversations with authority figures. There's a natural eloquence to your expression that allows complex ideas to be communicated with remarkable clarity. Teaching and mentoring activities are particularly blessed, as your ability to break down complicated concepts into digestible pieces reaches its peak effectiveness. Collaborative projects receive cosmic support through Mars's energetic presence in your 11th house. Group endeavors started today have an increased probability of success, especially when you take the initiative to organize or structure the approach. Your practical suggestions will be particularly well received around 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. when the moon forms a favorable aspect with Mars. For Virgos in creative fields, Neptune's influence provides heightened intuition and artistic inspiration. This isn't your typical area of comfort, but today's planetary alignment encourages exploring your creative depths with surprisingly fortunate outcomes. Trust the unusual flashes of inspiration that come your way, particularly regarding design elements, color choices, or artistic composition. The day's energy also supports fortunate developments in relationships with siblings and neighbors, as Mercury activates your third house of communication and local connections. A simple conversation could lead to valuable information or opportunities you wouldn't otherwise encounter. Pay special attention to seemingly casual exchanges, as they may contain hidden gems of opportunity. Technological matters receive beneficial aspects as well, making this an excellent day to update systems, purchase new devices, or resolve long-standing technical issues. Solutions seem to present themselves with remarkable ease, and your natural attention to detail ensures you'll implement them effectively. For Virgos considering short trips or local travel, the day's energy supports smooth journeys and serendipitous encounters along the way. Whether for business or pleasure, movement within your local environment is likely to yield unexpected benefits and connections. Health matters benefit from Saturn's stabilizing influence, particularly regarding diagnostic accuracy. If you've been concerned about a specific health issue, Today offers fortunate energy for getting precise information and effective treatment plans. Practitioners you consult today are likely to be especially thorough and aligned with your methodical approach to wellness. The evening hours bring fortunate energy for domestic matters and family relationships, with opportunities to heal old wounds or strengthen bonds through honest, productive conversations. This period from 7 p.m. onward also supports fortunate insights regarding property matters, home improvements, or family planning decisions. As the cosmic energies align on April 16, 2025, your social landscape takes on a particularly intriguing dimension, Virgo. With Mercury, your ruling planet, forming a harmonious trine with Jupiter in your house of social connections, you're experiencing an unusual surge in your desire to connect with others. This isn't your typical social energy. There's something more purposeful and discerning about how you're approaching relationships today. The universe is opening doorways to meaningful connections that align with your authentic self. You may notice that conversations flow with unusual ease, especially with people who share your intellectual interests or humanitarian values. This planetary alignment supports deep, meaningful exchanges rather than surface-level small talk. While Virgos are known for their selective social circles, today you might find yourself drawn to expand your connections in ways that surprise even you. The moon in Libra activates your second house, suggesting that some social connections made today could eventually prove valuable to your sense of security and personal resources. Pay particular attention to individuals who approach you around midday, as Venus forms a supportive sextile with Saturn, indicating the potential for lasting, structured relationships with people who respect your boundaries and appreciate your methodical approach to life. There's a special emphasis on intellectual compatibility in your social interactions today. You're naturally drawn to people who can match your mental acuity and appreciate your attention to detail. A conversation with someone who challenges your thinking in constructive ways could prove especially stimulating and memorable. This person might offer a perspective that helps you solve a problem you've been contemplating for weeks. Group settings are particularly favorable for you today, though in characteristic Virgo fashion, you'll likely prefer smaller, more intimate gatherings where meaningful dialogue can flourish. An invitation to a gathering that initially seems outside your comfort zone could introduce you to someone who becomes a significant ally in the coming months. Digital connections also carry significant weight today. Messages received through social media or email might rekindle important relationships or bring opportunities for collaboration. Your online presence is especially magnetic now, making it an excellent time to share your expertise or creative projects with a wider audience. There's a subtle warning in the stars about being too critical in social settings today. With Mars forming a challenging square to your ruling planet Mercury, you might find yourself tempted to point out flaws or inconsistencies in others' reasoning. While your analytical mind is one of your greatest gifts, remember that not everyone appreciates unsolicited critiques. Channel this discriminating energy into careful listening instead. Your ability to truly hear what others are saying beneath their words will be your secret superpower in social situations today. Family connections take on a healing quality under this sky. If there's been tension with a relative, particularly a sibling or cousin, today offers gentle energy for reconciliation. A simple message or call could open the door to repair. Your practical approach to problem solving can help mediate family disagreements if you're careful to balance logic with compassion. Professional networking receives a boost from the sun's position in your career sector, forming a productive sextile with Saturn. Connections made in professional contexts today have staying power, especially with authority figures or mentors who recognize your meticulous work ethic and organizational skills. A casual conversation with a colleague could evolve into a collaborative project that showcases your talents. Trust is a significant theme in your social connections today. You may find yourself naturally opening up to someone you typically keep at arm's length. This vulnerability, while uncomfortable for your reserved nature, creates space for authentic connection. The stars suggest this openness will be reciprocated, creating mutual understanding rather than the rejection your practical mind might fear. Your natural tendency to serve others finds constructive outlets today. Rather than falling into people-pleasing patterns, you're able to offer assistance in ways that genuinely empower both yourself and others. This service-oriented energy attracts people who appreciate your helpful nature without taking advantage of it, a balance that brings you deep satisfaction. There's a spiritual undertone to some connections made today. You might find yourself drawn to people who share your interest in personal growth, or who are engaged in meaningful work that aligns with your values. These soul-nourishing connections remind you that relationships aren't just practical necessities, but sources of inspiration and purpose. Pay attention to seemingly coincidental meetings. The universe has a way of orchestrating divine timing when like-minded souls are meant to connect. As evening approaches, the moon's harmonious aspect with Venus enhances social harmony and aesthetic appreciation. Sharing a meal, attending a cultural event, or simply engaging in beauty-centered activities with others brings a sense of balance and pleasure to your day. Your typically reserved demeanor softens, allowing for more expressive and emotionally connected exchanges. For Virgos in romantic relationships, this day offers an opportunity to deepen your connection through intellectual stimulation and practical planning for your future together. Singles may find themselves attracted to someone who appreciates their analytical mind and practical approach to life, possibly someone encountered through work-related events or mutual friends. The key to navigating your social landscape today lies in balancing your natural discernment with an openness to unexpected connections. The most valuable relationships often come from places we least expect, challenging our preconceptions and expanding our understanding of ourselves. Your innate ability to assess character serves you well, but remember that perfect people don't exist, and it's often in the imperfections that the most interesting connections are formed. As this day closes, reflect on which social connections felt most energizing rather than depleting. These are the relationships worth nurturing as you move forward. Your time and emotional energy are precious resources that deserve thoughtful investment. The stars suggest that authentic connections made today have the potential to support your growth in surprising ways in the months ahead. As the cosmic energy shifts on April 16, 2025, Virgos will feel a notable pull toward introspection and analytical reassessment. With Mercury, your ruling planet, forming a sextile with Saturn, your mental acuity reaches impressive heights today. This creates an excellent opportunity to organize complex ideas and tackle challenging problems that have been lingering in your mental space. The key to maximizing this day lies in how you harness your natural precision while avoiding the trap of overanalysis. The morning hours present your clearest thinking window. Schedule important decisions or communications before noon when your mental clarity peaks. Today's moon in Scorpio deepens your intuition, creating an unusual blend of analytical prowess and emotional insight that Virgos don't always experience simultaneously. This combination allows you to see beyond surface-level issues and understand the deeper motivations of those around you. In your professional sphere, resist the urge to point out every flaw you notice. While your eye for detail is your superpower, today calls for strategic observation. Note everything but share selectively. Your colleagues will appreciate a more measured approach to feedback. Health-wise, pay particular attention to your digestive system today, as the Mars-Neptune square may create sensitivity in your physical processing. Hydration is especially important, as is taking short breaks from intense mental activity. The Venus-Jupiter trine influences your relationship sector, suggesting that softening your critical edge will bring significant rewards in personal connections. Try the unusual approach of complimenting. Before critiquing, you'll find people become far more receptive to your insights. Your practical nature might feel challenged by unexpected financial opportunities that arise today. The advice here is to apply your analytical skills While remaining open to unconventional possibilities, not every opportunity follows the logical path you prefer. For personal development, set aside 20 minutes in the evening for a meditation focused on releasing perfectionism. The planetary alignment supports this inner work, helping you distinguish between excellence and an impossible pursuit of flawlessness. Communication requires extra care around 3 p.m. when Mercury briefly squares Pluto, potentially making your words come across more harshly than intended. Practice softening your delivery, especially with sensitive topics. Tonight, as the moon connects with Neptune, your dreams may contain important messages about areas of life where you're being too rigid. Keep a notebook nearby to record insights upon waking. Your most productive hours will be between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. Schedule detailed work during this window. Later in the day, shift to more collaborative or creative projects when your energy naturally becomes more diffuse. Remember that your greatest strength today comes from balancing your exceptional analytical mind with an open heart. When these two aspects of your nature work in harmony, you become not just effective, but truly wise in your actions and decisions. A small ritual involving writing down 3 things you're willing to release control over today will align beautifully with the current celestial energies supporting your growth. Welcome to your in-depth Virgo horoscope for April 16, 2025. Today brings a fascinating celestial configuration that particularly influences your analytical Virgo energy.